Good afternoon, YouTube. I'm in Dayton's Road to Nowhere. The great hope that's the fabrication of downtown Dayton, known as Fifth Third Field, home of the Dayton Dragons. And I know I did multiple videos of this before. I was looking at their team website this morning and for the schedule to see if they had any events, you know, booked over the next 4 months or whatever it is prior to baseball season. Not a single one. And you guys have heard me harp in other videos I did on this about how the stadium just sits vacant most of the year. And you know, anybody that mentions this ballpark and downtown development, ask them, why is this sitting vacant for so long out of the year? And I really don't know what else they can do with this to get some events booked. One of my subscribers, he mentioned the idea, here you can even see where they got the tarp over the field, obviously to protect the mud. He mentioned that maybe the idea of some kind of fall football league or something for minor league baseball stadiums across certain parts of the U.S. So then that way, you know, this just doesn't sit here, you know, all winter or all fall and not have any events booked. You know, when you hear people mention downtown development, they mention this. Understand this much. I got a banana peel in my hand, by the way, YouTube, so I'm gonna get ready to use this in a minute or two. So when you hear all this fluff crap about downtown Dayton development and you hear this mentioned, you gotta understand things like this Riverscape Schuster Center, you know, it's all nothing but fluff. I mean, and I've mentioned before, you know, I'm a big sports fan. There is a couple workers in there on the other side. I don't know what they're doing today. I mean, I'm a big sports fan, but when you have a venue that sits this empty for so long, and you hear football fans, you know, talk about things like, well, I hate to see teams play inside domes and the stuff like that, which is understandable. But when you see a stadium like this that is not protected from the elements, you quickly realize why cities, not so much the teams, insist on having a dome or a retractable roof, because without that, you can't really book any events. So, you know, no concerts or anything like that. And you really need to have, I mean, I realize not every place can have a dome. I mean, I would love to see this be a success and actually book some events. But unless a place actually books an event at least 2 or 3 times a week, or at least 8 to 12 times a month, it's really a waste of money. And this thing right here does not even book one event, is not even booked between now and baseball season. And remember, this was at the dime, at the expense of the taxpayers. So, you know, I've lived in the Dayton area all my life. I've lived in the city off and on. I still live in the city, and I would love to see this be successful, but it's just, you have too many people along in the city that just don't care about the city. They're what you would call, I guess I would say, they're just along for the ride. They don't have any, you know, vested interest in what happens to their community. So of course residents are not going to fight back the drones or whatever. Of course they're going to believe the hype because they don't have any, you know, vested interest in this. But so what do you guys think about one of my viewers' suggestions about a fall football league? Certainly anything that would allow it to book some events. Anyways, this is dedicated to Econ Cat 88. Fifth Third Field gets a banana peel right there, because that's basically what it is, banana peel. But that's it for this one.